Welcome. I'm John Canopener.
And I'm James Wang.
And together, we are Rock Hard. And I am rock hard as shit right now. Because we are talking about Final Destination.
Hell yeah, dude.
We are doing a ranking of the Final Destination movies, including the latest one,
Bloodlines.
Final Destination Bloodlines.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And yeah, let me tell you folks, we did a whole series coming up to the new movie.
And if you haven't seen that,
You can go check them out.
go check them out.
But yeah, this franchise started out strong and kind of fell off, and then and then right at the end came back strong, and then we didn't see shit from it again.
Yeah.
You know? It was kind of a nice little wrap up. I'm not going to explain what happens in case you haven't seen them.
Yeah, if you want to go check out our shit, go check it out.
But yes, this new movie was a great Final Destination movie. I wanted something more, but at the end of the day, it is a good Final Destination movie.
Yeah, it is good. I mean, like, I don't think we're going to go into depth about Bloodlines, because if you guys want to see, you guys can check out our spoilerish discussion about the movie.
Let's get right into it.
Okay, well,
All right.
Well, I'll let you start us off. You want to go best to worst or worst to best, front to back or front or back to front?
Always worst to best.
Worst to best. All right. So what is your worst? What is your worst movie?
Part 4. That is a piece of shit, and I think nobody should watch that ever. And if you have, I'm sorry you watched that and wasted 2 years off your precious life to watch this motherfucker, because this movie sucks ass and it should never be seen by anybody. That's how I feel about Final Destination 4.
Okay. Well, so far we are 1-1 because my number 6 happens to also be the Final Destination, which is Final Destination 4. And just like what he said, this movie was, I don't want to say, like, I mean, it is the worst. It is at the bottom of our list, but it's for a good reason. I don't want to speak for everyone, but me personally, I want to see an established franchise, but also expand on it. And I feel like with certain movies, they just did not expand the universe like what I thought they would, you know? We're 6 movies deep, and we still don't really know much about the concept of the universe than when we thought. I don't know if that's a good thing or if it's a bad thing, because depending on what you look on which side you look at it, I guess it could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. Me personally, when it comes to Final Destination, it is a bad thing. I want to know more about what makes death tick. I want to know what other ways to prevent shit from happening to your loved ones.
It gets really played out.
And I want new rules, not shit that we already seen from the first fucking movie. And the 4th movie, the Final Destination, and then again, the Final Destination, it added fucking nothing. It was just kills for the kills, and the kills weren't even that great. Yeah, just the 4th movie, it pretty much just remade the first movie, but more shittier. Like, it didn't really add anything, like any new rules than what most movies on the top of our list did. So that's why the Final Destination, or Final Destination 4, is my number 6.
Number 5 is number 3 for me. The Final Destination 3 is it's not a piece of shit. I'm not going to say it's a piece of shit. It just looks too unreal for me to get invested into it. It seems like a show. It seems like it should have been like a CW show. I didn't like much of the characters. I thought they were over the top as shit, except for the main 2 characters. Yeah. Not my favorite. I thought the roller coaster scene, I know given the time, you're supposed to forgive the CGI and shit, but it took me out of it because it's not like the plane in the first one. Everything should go back to the plane in the first one. If you can't match that fear, then go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
This all seemed like a joke right off the bat. Like nothing was taken. I'm all burping. Like nothing was taken serious. Everything was a joke. The whole roller coaster when everybody's fucking dying. I know you have to have CGI for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I wish they would have picked something that you're kind of afraid of, but not really. You know, that's where I find the most love for my movies in this. Is it's not exactly like the biggest fear you have. It's that middle fear that you never think of.
Yeah.
That's the gold for me. And in this, I didn't think there was much in there for me for this. You know what I mean? Right?
No, I feel you.
Like, well, we'll get there. But in part 2, with the guy with the hooks that was like smelling that bitch's hair and doing all that shit, and she got swiped by the elevator. Like, yeah, everybody's scared of being stuck in an elevator. No one's really scared of getting their head chopped off in an elevator.
Yeah.
So, like, having that happen, you know what I mean? It turned your expectations to a whole different way. And I feel like that's great writing. And that's what I want to see in these things. I want you to trick me. I love being tricked. Love it.
Yeah.
So if you can pull that off, like, and you think, yeah, the guy with the hooks is going to kill this bitch, I shouldn't be talking about it.
You shouldn't be talking about it. Yeah. We'll get there when we get there.
I really shouldn't.
We'll get there when we get there. But I feel you.
Part 3,
but I feel
yes. I didn't feel that much of anything in here for anybody in this movie.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Go on.
Okay. So, going with that, my number 5 is also Final Destination 3. So far, we are 2 for 2. And pretty much the same shit that John just said. It's the same thing I'm going to say too. It's like 3 and 4 were the stinkers of the franchise. I'm just going to flat out say it right now. I know there's going to be some people who are going to like the third movie. There are other creators on this platform that like the third movie. Apparently, a lot of people like the third movie. But for some reason, I just don't know why. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, I know I said in our last video that I liked Wendy as like the main character.
And the pictures were pretty cool.
Pictures, like, again, that was another thing too.
Like to show a way of like making it make sense.
Like the whole concept of Final Destination.
It's all right.
You have a fucking huge accident that someone sees in their head. They react to it, and then they get everyone off, and then everyone dies in weird ways, and then everyone dies at the end. Like, that's a Final Destination movie. You can argue wherever you want to say, but so far with the 6th movie, if you haven't seen
that's what it is.
That's what it is. But I also expect more. I also expect, again, more addition to the lore. How can we stop this shit? Is there any more rules that we need to know about? Tony Todd fucking saying more shit. Add something. 3 and 4. 3 and 4 added fucking nothing. That is it. You can like it all you want. Yeah, like the roller coaster premonition was cool. The fucking was it the fucking tanning bed? You see some bitch's tits.
Even though that was already done, and I know we did last summer.
Yeah,
I still know what we did last summer.
Yeah, even though that was pretty cool. You saw some tits. That was pretty cool. But it's been done before, and it was nothing new. Like 3 and 4 added fucking nothing new. There were other movies that added new to Dad's fucking rules, like what happens and how to avoid it.
Yeah, we should got something new.
Yeah, 3 and 4 just kind of just added like nothing new. It was just a reiteration of the first movie, and it was just added to money. And then don't get me wrong though. Like I was gonna add to what you said earlier. Like I like if the third movie would have had the ending instead of what we got originally, so if it would have been the train station at the end of the third movie, which again, spoiler alert, if you have not seen the third movie, it ends with the train station and pretty much Wendy, the sister, was it Julia, and then Kevin. Those 3 made it to the end, and then they went up fucking dying, which, by the way, I saw something on X, on Twitter or X, wherever you want to say, that the director of the third movie or someone from the third movie pretty much like confirmed that Wendy died at the end, because there's still a solid fan base out there that pretty much agreed that Wendy is still alive, and he had to come out and be like, no, she's dead. And some people were like, yeah, no shit, because she gets hit by a fucking train. Duh. All right, so we are back. We took a little pee-pee break. Now, John is going to take it away with his number 4. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is The new one, Final Destination's Bloodlines.
Bloodlines, Final Destination 6.
Yeah.
Bloodlines.
I think it's a really good Final Destination movie. I really think that my expectations were not met. But that's a personal problem. That's not the movie's problem. The movie itself is a good Final Destination movie. I can't knock it. It's a great Final Destination movie. Like there's nothing I can say that's wrong about it. If you're gonna keep following the same formula that we did for the other good ones, then fine. You're doing a great job. That's all about. I have, man. There's nothing
That's
more.
about all you have.
Yeah. I'm going to be really quick with it. Yeah, 6. 6 is in my number 4 spot.
All right. Well, going on with that, it looks like you and I are 3 for 3 because my number 4 is also Final Destination Bloodlines as well. So far, we are 3 for 3 and pretty much the same thing that John just said. This movie, it's not bad. This is the recent installment of the franchise. This is the one that came out very, very recent, which if you haven't seen it, go check it out in theaters, or if you're seeing the slate, go check it out on streaming. But yeah, go see it in theaters because this movie does deserve the success it should be getting because they are marketing the fuck out of it in the right way, and I think it's the perfect amount of, like, the success is getting, it's the perfect amount. But just like what he said, it's a Final Destination movie. Like you shouldn't be like. I was more than hyped for this movie. Coming from me, a Final Destination fan of the franchise, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Like, I've watched these movies multiple times. I've seen multiple creators making videos about it. Especially, I don't want to plug anyone, but if I have to, CZ's World is my favorite fucking person when it comes to this franchise because he does all the diving into this fucking franchise. And I was more hyped for this movie, but when I saw it, it was like, okay, like it was great. Like it was just pretty much an amped up version of the first movie in a way. Like, I mean, maybe not the first movie, but like it's just an amped up version of the whole franchise. But it didn't really add any more than what I was expecting. I was expecting for it to expand the universe or the franchise in general, or maybe even add more. And spoiler, it doesn't. It doesn't add more to the franchise. It's just the same shit we've seen already, but just more. Bitch. And it's what after seeing it, it kind of left a little sour taste in my mouth to where it was like, I was waiting 14 years. 14 fucking years for this movie since the last one. The last one, Final Destination 5, came out 2011. This one came out this year, so 14 years later, and it pretty much just remade the first couple movies, and then it was cool. I mean, I don't really care about the characters. The main chick was alright.
Well, it did add the lore of like killing somebody and taking.
I mean, yeah, okay, I'll give it that. It did acknowledge past movies into this movie, but it didn't really.
Kind of like a wrap up of like every rule you've ever known about Final Destination, and it's just like, okay, we're gonna take all of those, move them on to the next movie, like pretty much, and it's kind of like the Scream 5 of everything. Like,
no, you're right on that. Yeah,
like everybody wanted to, let's just get Scream back to basics, and they did. It did, and everybody loved it.
But there were some things that I like. Again, I don't really want to say too much about it because it's still pretty fresh in theaters, and I really want people to see it still. Even though, from what I heard, it already fucking broke franchise records. So this already fucking broke like every movie you'd done before, and it made.
Yeah, this is the best.
This is the best movie in the whole franchise.
Yeah.
But I still want people to go see it, and I don't want to touch on it more than I need to. But if you guys need to know, it just didn't add anything more than what we already know. It's just another movie to the franchise, shit that we already know, acknowledging other movies, and
that little Bloodline collection.
Collection. No, but the whole the Bloodline connection, like I wish they would have touched on that more.
Yeah.
It would have been room for potential, and then it just didn't.
And it makes one of the almost kills like a little weird for me.
A little bit, yeah.
You know what I mean?
A little bit. I don't want to go.
Death should know.
Yeah, Death should know.
Death should know. So I don't know. Go see it.
Yeah, go see it.
We're gonna tell you what it is.
Yeah, or if you guys haven't seen, again, I don't want to say it again, but if you guys haven't seen our spoilerish discussion, go ahead and check that shit out because we pretty much just said the same thing we're saying right now, but spoiler-ish free because we talked about some things but not everything, and yeah, so go check that shit out if you haven't already.
All right, let's
anyway,
go.
Go. What is your number 4, John?
Numero uno, my friend. Final Destination 1. As much as I love Devon Sawa, god damn, I love that guy. I love that guy. And come to find out, my fiancée loves that guy too. Maybe he thinks he's better than me, you know?
You're all getting defensive. Like, what's up, dude? What's up?
Maybe I should fight him. No, but I believe Devon Sawa is the best actor we've had in this whole franchise.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I feel like him kicking this off with like, you know, death is after you. Death has a plan. He was the one that had to introduce this. And the way he played it out was, yeah, death is coming for you.
Death is coming. And he does it, and dude, he plays it.
Then he skips me, then he skips her, then he skips him, and comes back around.
And he sewed it back on.
You know what he did, Trish? You know what he did for her? He sewed it back on. I believe this is a great movie.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think it might have ran its course in the years of me watching it to where when we did this whole franchise, when we watched every one of them, yeah. Number one's a good kickstart, and it's great. And I think Devon Sawa is the best lead that we've ever had. Yeah, it didn't excite me as the next two. And I think that's just because I've seen the first one so much. I really think that's what it is. But anyway, what's yours, dude?
All right. Well, unfortunately, we have broken that streak.
Okay.
We are no longer in the same field because my number 3 is Final Destination 2. Now, don't get me wrong. This, again, I have said it in so many other ranking videos, which again, if you guys haven't seen those, go check that shit out because we have ranked so many other movies. But this is the part to where these are interchangeable. These top 3 are interchangeable as fuck.
I feel you.
But Final Destination 2 is my number 3. Only because the other two, I kinda have some love and I have some fucking deep appreciation for, and this one is no exception. The second one, it touched on what we already know as death as the thing. We already know death's design, and this movie touches on that, but also adds more. And we also get Tony Todd again talking about death's design, and he also adds more to it. He also adds the new life cheats death, or new life defeats death, wherever you want to say it. I don't know what the actual saying is, but it's one of those things. But pretty much new life defeats death. And this movie also just touches on more things that you don't see in the newer movies. It also kind of expands the idea that not only the main protagonist gets these premonitions or these little visions of other people's deaths, but other people get visions of future deaths of other people. One example is what you said, Rory. Rory, the fucking cokehead from the second movie, gets a vision of the mom's death. I'm kind of blanking on her name because Daddy had one too many. But the mom, the one with the elevator scene, he saw the hooks. The hooks and then the guy, and he's like, oh, I see a hooks, and he starts seeing this shit. So The fact that they already established the fact that other people besides the main person can get.
Never touch on it again.
And they never touched on it again. That was the only movie that we've seen that another person besides the main person can get premonitions. And I'm just like, God, I wish more they can touch more on that. Because like it's cool to see the main protagonist having these visions of and preventing all these people from dying, and then we have the whole movie set up where they die in fucking horrific ways. But it's also cool to see that these other people can get visions, not the main protagonist, but these side characters can get these visions as well. Yeah, and that was a cool concept, and they never done it again. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What the actual fuck? Like they could have actually.
Brought to you by Miller High Life.
And also some whiskey. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Well, my number 2 spot, if you know simple algebra, is Final Destination numero dos. It's part 2, bitches.
Part 2, bitches.
Part 2. I thought this was going to be my number 1. I really did. After I saw Final Destination, and again, it could just be because I saw that movie so much that I know every little inch that's going to happen, everything. Mm-hmm. You know, so when I saw part 2, I was like, oh, what a breath of fresh air. That's the same experience I had with Halloween. Like, I thought the first one was my favorite forever. And then I thought 2018 was my favorite forever. And then when it came to, like, actually watching these all the way through, I was like, oh, you know what? I really enjoyed Halloween 2.
Yeah.
Like, more than any of them. I like things left open. I like things left unknown. A little something to scare you. So, like, now that we know the whole formula and everything.
But you also kind of want, like, I mean, I kind of see you on that point, but also at the same time, I kind of also want to know a little more.
Well,
we have 6 movies and they barely tell us shit.
It's probably not fair to compare this to Halloween 2.
Yeah,
this
I get
is just
that.
the same experience I had when we watched them.
Like back to back, and we did a whole thing. So
I felt like Halloween 2 was a better movie.
If you haven't seen that, go check it out. I guess going on with that, my number 2 is Final Destination 5. Is my number 2. Again, my top 3, hella interchangeable, but number 5 is my number 2 because it touched on, again, the idea of death design, but it also added more. And the idea that it also added was the fact that you can take someone's life. You can kill someone and have whatever time they have left on this earth and take it for your own. That was a whole new idea. Again, my top 3 movies in this fucking franchise was the fact that they added more to the idea of death design.
All right, so number 5 is your number 2?
Yes, sir. Ooh. Yeah, number 5 is my number 2. I don't know, like, again, like, I can go on and on about any of the movies in my top 3, but, like, these are just interchangeable. And so that's why number 5 is my number 2 right now. I was having a hard time trying to, like, rank these movies together because I was trying to get away from the opening premonition scene. Like, the whole scene, I was trying to get away from the idea and just think of the whole movie as a whole. Like, fuck the opening premonition because that can be a separate video.
Yeah.
But the whole movie. So that's why my ranking so far has been just based off the whole movie in general. And number 5, it's a solid, like, installation of this franchise. Like, the kills were great, the characters were great, the acting was great, the twist was fucking phenomenal. I never expected that in this type of dumb fucking movie that this is. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love Final Destination. I love everything about the whole, like, the fact that a person can see a huge catastrophe before it happens and then they save everyone and everyone dies in weird fucking fucked up ways. I like that as a fucking idea of a movie. And the 5th one touched on that and it also added a clever twist. It being a fucking prequel, dude? What? Whoa, no one saw that shit coming.
My number 1 is numero 5, bro.
Or number 1, the top of your list.
It's number 5.
Ooh. So number 1 is your number 1. Number 5 is your number 1.
Which was a big surprise to me because, once again, you know, It's because I've seen 1 and 2 and all the other fucking retarded ones so much that when 5 happened, I didn't even give it a chance, man. I really didn't. I didn't go to the theater. I didn't go see it. I didn't rush out because I was like, this is stupid. It's just fucking people getting killed for no reason. It's retarded. Kind of like the same film I have with Terrifier 3. I'm like, what are we watching right now? Who cares? Like,
But that, oh god,
that's way worse.
I don't even want to touch on Terrifier. That's a whole fucking discussion.
Way worse,
yeah,
but like this is like, oh, we're going just Saw 6 on this shit to where everything is just gonna be traps, and don't worry about how it came together. Just know it's a trap. And it's just like, I kind of have to care a little bit, you know. If you want the audience to keep going with you on this, like, you're gonna need it. And yeah, I thought this was a pile of shit until I saw it on my couch. And I watched it and I was like, no fucking way, dude. At the end,
the ending
the ending got me. The ending got me to make me think this franchise has a chance. Like, if you pull some shit off like that, like, dude, keep going.
Yeah.
And I was hoping for so much more in this. I was hoping that, because that had a well reception. Like, Final Destination 5.
I think it has like a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. I could be wrong, but I could fact check myself. But I think it's like one of the highest rating, besides from Bloodlines, it's one of the highest rating Rotten Tomatoes scores.
People that are going to watch these movies liked it.
Yeah. For sure. If you've seen every movie leading up to the 5th one, you would guarantee like the 5th one more than the rest. I'll give you that.
It takes a chance. Loved how this 5th one wrapped it all up.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you didn't know what happens in the first 1 to 5 here, oh my god. Like, Alex's premonition in the first one was not the original premonition. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't.
I'm sorry. It got passed on.
That's somewhere, yeah. Yeah, I got passed on, yeah.
I can't, dude, so much time has passed that nobody picked off on the France thing.
No, yeah.
I think they said Paris in the first one, and I think they said France.
That was the distinction. Yeah,
And I think it was like Americans are dumb enough to
they did such a good fucking job at hiding the time of where it takes place in like the universe.
I appreciate it, man.
And I appreciate it for that. They took a really good job at fucking, because every movie was in the early 2000s. So there was no smartphones. There was no smartphones. There was no internet.
we had phones that were flip phones.
Yeah, but I'm saying that they took the time to make it seem like it was like in the same like,
but
boom,
there
right
were
there.
still flip phones. In that time, which made it seem more believable.
Yeah,
like I was like, oh, this
yeah.
Oh my god, it's great.
Great, fucking amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, just the fact that you tricked me. Final Destination 5 gets my number 1. I'm sorry. It does. It does. Final Destination 5. And I like the characters. I like everybody in here. There's not one person. Even the guy you're supposed to hate.
Even
I like him.
Ralph Macchio. Fucking Tom Cruise. Fucking all these people.
Everybody.
Everyone was great. I get you. No, I get you.
It's probably the girl that fucking Ralph Macchio is trying to, like, rehash the relationship with.
Molly or some shit?
Fuck Molly. I don't
Molly.
give a fuck about Molly.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
You do better than that bitch. You do way better.
She looks like every corn-fed fucking white bitch you ever seen in her life.
And you look like Ralph Macchio.
You got skills.
Come on, bro.
You look better.
You're the Karate Kid, bro. Come on.
Dude. Call me, dude.
I can make you happy, bro. Come on.
I'm not gay.
So, going on from that, my number 1 is Final Destination 1. And I know it's super basic to say the first one is the best one, but this is just a movie that kind of like established the franchise. This is the movie that kind of started everything. And I feel like they did a good job at like setting the space and time for potential sequels if they wanted to. This could have been a one and done deal. This could have been like everything that happened and then Carter dying at the end, like, or whose turn is it at the end when they're in Paris? Like they were trying to go to Paris and it ended in Paris, and then he was like, they saved them, and he was Alex was still like, yo, I know it's done, but what if because this happened and this person was sitting here, and he was still obsessed. You had stakes. You had Alex being chased by the fucking FBI. Like there were so many things. There was so much turmoil in this fucking movie that just made it so good. And then the ending, like if the way they ended, like it could have just been a one and done deal. It could have been like, all right, everyone fucking died after that. Like what was the point of a sequel? And they still kept it going. And I like that they still kept it going. But if they would have kept it the first one, it would have been just as great, just leaving it one and done. And yeah, like fucking Devon Sawa was a treat. Even though I'll like there's some people that I couldn't really give a fuck about, but you had also Sean William Scott. You know, you had these other people in it, and the way that the movie just flowed, it was just great. Like I just like how everything just came to be. And also just getting introduced as death as design, and the fact that there was a design. You know, how everyone was supposed to die in the premonition would die in real life, and then he had to fucking go help his friends, and also being chased by the FBI. I don't know. Like, it's just the first one, like, they really set everything for what the franchise is and what it is to this day, because the sixth one didn't really add anything.
I will disagree. I feel like they set the franchise on what it should be, and people took the kills to. It's a Saw kind of thing. Final Destination and Saw run parallel to each other. Like this motherfucker, yeah, it's good until 4. 4 is good. Saw 4 is good.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself if you don't think it is. Final Destination 4, that's when it goes off the rails. You know? I will give you the credit for Saw 4, like, that's where you think it goes off the rails, but it really doesn't go off the rails until Saw 5. I'm just giving it. I'm giving it its credit. There's no reason to. I don't know how to say it. I really don't. I'm scared. I'm scared to say this.
The first one sucks.
There's no reason for death to come after you. Like, that's the part that I have a problem with. If you're going to answer something, answer why the fuck people have premonitions. I want to see that.
I'll give it that. Like again, because I'm bit up. I'm like on the fence with that too. But like, cause I get it. Like yeah, like they don't really answer many questions in the first one than they did in the later installment of the franchise. But again, for what it is, if it was just a one and done deal, I still think it would have been. It still hold up. I still think for what it is,
it'll hold up. But at the same time, we are not in a one film fucking thing.
Yeah.
So that doesn't matter right now. We are in 6 films deep, and we still have zero idea of what the fuck happened to why they have premonitions. So you can say it all you want, but like I'm telling you right now, there's zero reason why people have premonitions. If we're gonna go along with this corny fucking bullshit attitude, then I guess I'm on board. I am. Because I said, once we got out of the theater, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna see this one a second time in theaters. But as time is going on, I'm like, I keep thinking about it. I want to see that again. And I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of excited to see it again. So I want to see this movie again in theaters. Like you should. You should too. Go out there and see this movie. That's our ranking. That's all we have for you. And for right now, this is Rock Hard out.
Beans, rice, and Jesus Christ. Bitches.
Toodles.
Fucking toodles. Fucking toodles.